and be with us for that whole weekend. But you got to go to joinsavvysisterhood.com. And right now, I love this because it's February. Right now, until February 14th, I am giving you a little bit of if you buy a ticket, if you decide to buy a ticket, then you get to be coached, a strategy session, a start, right from, me or one of my top consultants. Now, isn't that cool? Who knows? And maybe if you want to meet me, you'll get to meet me then. So that would be cool. And we've got a Facebook Live going on here too with this. But anyway, so go to joinsavvysisterhood.com. Take a look and see if this wonderful event is for you. Because you know what? I want to see you get that wonderful life in order to where you are so happy. Every day you wake up and you think, this is a fantastic life I get to live. And believe it or not, that's how I live. All right, now let's do the Ask Alena. It is time to Ask Alena. Now, we had some fantastic questions. You guys, you've got good questions. And there's one I'm really going to focus on. It's how do you balance being a single dad and also recover from a divorce at the same time? You know what? I get it. And this is not something that this is not one person. When I was going through my divorce, I was a single mom of 3 boys, and I had them 24/7. So I do understand. And if you're out there, whoever asked that question, I don't know if you're watching me on live or you want to text, but I'd love to know how old your daughter or you didn't say your daughter. I don't know why I assumed that. Your daughter or your son is. But I'll tell you, it's important to start taking time for yourself. Now, I had my boys 24/7, and I have to say, I still took the time. I fed my mind and I fed my soul. And I learned about forgiveness. And yeah, I'm talking about forgiveness for the other party, the person you're divorcing. But you know what? It's also forgiveness for you. Start looking back and saying, I see how this started to happen. That takes time. It takes reflection. It takes learning more about yourself and saying, sometimes things just don't work out. And you can even start to do little things like start to meditate. And at first, start to meditate and see that you're not faced with this alone, that there's so much wisdom and so much power inside of you. And you can even do journeys. I think if you go online on YouTube on Alena Chapman, I think there's others too, but I know mine, excuse me. I know that I have some meditations out there that are geared towards journeying and going up and just feeling the support of the universe, of God, of the angels, whatever that you believe in, but there it is, and you can feel that, and it helps you to heal faster. And then when you're ready, you can start to venture into looking back at the situation with objectivity in the meditation and start to forgive slowly. But right now what you need is the support in the meditation, support with your friends, and try not to talk down about the divorce all the time. And whatever you do, whatever you do, do not talk down about the other party to the children, because that'll come back to bite you in the butt, I guarantee. But just instead, allow yourself to take some time for yourself and do some fun things. Sometimes we think we have to punish ourselves, and you might not feel like doing something fun, but doing something fun is so important. Going to the movies, going out with friends for a drink without trashing the ex. Start to think about the future. Start feeding your soul on how to heal. Start getting books. You can get The Prison Effect. I talk about it in The Prison Effect. That's my book. Other books that are good are also Working with the Law, Thinking As a Man Thinketh, James Allen, talking about our thoughts. All right? And also, I'm trying to think, there is one that Debbie, The next show, I will stop the show and I will give you that one too. There's a wonderful book out there, and I can't remember her name, but I will get that for you. But the most important thing is that you take time for yourself in meditation, in reflection, with having some fun with your friends, and then also having fun with your kids. They need to feel that you are there for them because their world is being ripped apart too. So start to plan really. I used to plan like Fridays we'd build a blanket fort and have pizza and watch a movie that they like. And then I'd slip little notes in their backpack if I knew they were having a test or something. And I'd say, I love you, honey. I hope you do a fantastic job. These things are the things you do to help them feel that, yeah, we're going to make it. We're going to be okay. All right? I hope those questions help. But really, I can't stress enough, you've got to take the time for reflection and to think through this and to heal. All right? Okay. And thank you for writing in. And if you have more questions or you want to be more detailed, text me. Let me know. And here at the station, and I will talk even more. Okay? Thank you. We will be right back. This is 30-Minute Moments for Ease and Betterment in Your Life, and I'm Alena Chapman. Hey everyone on Facebook. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. It's Live with Alena in the radio station. And if you have questions, you can text it. You can text it and I'll answer it here online. But then maybe you want a little more privacy. I don't know. But if you are happy hearing some of this, Doris, I see you're here. Oh, I love the blue butterfly. And Carla, hello. Hello, my dear. Hello. All right, I'm going to answer one more question. And then I've got my the shift, all right? So I hope you enjoy. And by the way, if you know someone who is going through a divorce, because that last question was about a divorce, and the other thing I'm going to do, focus. Excuse me. I think I'm going to get a drink. I got something in my throat. We're going to also talk about focus. So if you know people who have can't decide what they want to do in their life, or they're healing from a divorce, would you share this out to them, your friends? Okay, because that's why I do this, so we can get it out and help people. That's the whole object of the game. Are you ready, Miss Kayla?
Yep. Are you ready?
Yes. Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments. I'm your host, Alena Chapman, and this is for the ease and betterment in your life. And this is Ask Alena Day. So, all right. So we already talked about divorce, which, oh my gosh, is still so prevalent in society. So I hope that helped a lot of people. Now, we have another question. How do I pick the one thing in my life to focus on? All right. I will tell you, I understand this question so much. I get ideas every second. Every second I have an idea. And I'm kind of good at a lot of things. So I get this. How do you pick that one thing in your life to focus on when you're good at so much and you like so many different things? And that's such a gift, to like so many different things and to be good at stuff. But I'll tell you what, for this person, I'm going to give you a funny exercise. See what lights the fire the most. Now, how do you do that? All right. I got up every morning for about a month, and I would say, okay, I want to do something fun today. What is something that I really want to do? And first of all, it was little trite stuff, I want to go get a chai tea, or I want to go read a book, all right. So, but then all of a sudden it came in such a sneaky way. One day I got up and it was, hey, I want to start journaling. That's it. I want to start journaling. Now, to tell you the truth, journaling or writing a book was not on my radar. I thought I was going to go back into music. I thought I also loved plants. I also loved oh gosh, friends and connecting. I mean, there are so many things I could have chose, but I woke up that morning and I had this great urge to journal. So then I went to a coffee shop. I dropped the kids off at school and I went to a coffee shop and I started to journal. And then the next day I journaled. And the next day it was an hour journaling. And before I know it, I am spending every morning for a half an hour to an hour journaling. And I end up with a book. And if you had said, I want to write a book, I would have told you, no way. Well, now here I am, an international best-selling author of 2 books. I still find that totally amazing. And it opened up a door into this life of helping others that is incredible. And I love every moment. Sometimes we can concentrate so hard. How do I pick this thing? But if we make more of a game out of it and we just stop pressuring ourselves and we think, what do I feel like today? Yeah, I really want that, what is it? That Rocky Road ice cream today. Yeah, that sounds really good. Or I really want to walk the dogs. Start with that. And before you know it, it'll come in and say, I feel like discovering the next cure for something. It just comes sneaking in. Your passion will come sneaking in. And allow it to happen. And just stop pressuring yourself. Because the more you pressure yourself, guess what? You're not going to come up with the answer. You're just going to feel more pressured. All right? So that is an excellent question because I know there's a lot of people out there, again, who do have a hard time choosing. But this is the best way I know. And just give yourself a break. You know, inside, deep inside, you do know. This is 30-Minute Moments, and we'll be right back with my favorite part, the shift, the shift, the shift.
So you're only at like 15 minutes.
Oh, so I talked fast?
So I still
Okay.
think,
How about if I answer this third question along with the shift?
yeah, and take it for at least.
Wow, I talk fast.
Yeah.
You got me trained for radio now.
Right? What the heck?
Wow, guys, we are talking fast. Hi, Satu. And Kimberly, hello, sweetheart. We got to talk sometime.
Yeah, I need you to at least talk at least for 10 minutes.
I got to talk for 10 minutes. I'm talking too fast. Can you believe it? I can't believe it.
Passionate about it all.
Oh, I love it. All right. All right. So how can I turn my fears into positive? The third question is, how do I turn my fears into the positive? Well, this is going to be fun. Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
10 minutes. I'll give you a this when you have 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments. And I'm your host, Alena Chapman. And guess what it is? The shift, the shift, the shift. So right now, I will tell a story of my aha moment. And you've heard me do some of these before, but we're going to do a new one. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to talk about one related to this next question. And I think, I've never really had fear, but I have had negative talk. Because negative talk is learned. Negative talk in your head, that critical mind that you can't do it, or I never get that I can't do it, but I do get, you know nothing about this. Okay, I get that. And I get, I'll tell you this story. It was when I was going for my divorce. We were getting a divorce. And because of the situation, we had to move. And I was going to have to get a mortgage. And I had never done anything like that in my life. Going and doing financial stuff like that, no, I had not done that, all right? That's something new. And I remember, when we were looking for the house, it was fantastic. Saturdays, I would get the boys in the car, and we'd go looking for the house, and they're like all excited, and we say, oh, I like that house, oh, I like that house, oh, I like, just fun stuff. And then that morning, when we finally picked out the house, and the boys loved it. I remember when we saw the house, we got out of the car and we just went, whoa, all of us, okay? So it was the house for us, and it would also fit the needs of why we were moving. So that morning, I'm going to get the mortgage and get the title and all that stuff. And the boys are all going, go get them, Mom, go get them, Mom, get our house. And I said, okay, and all excited, and the dogs are barking. I mean, it was really very festive. And I get in the car, and I'm all excited, not a care in the world, and I start to drive. And I get right to the turn-in of this plaza where the title company's at. And all of a sudden, before I could even think, my foot slammed on the brake. Thank God nobody was behind me, because that was totally involuntary. And I started to grab the steering wheel really tight, and I started to sweat. And I had never experienced this before in my life. And all I could hear in my head was, oh my God, you're going to die in there. You don't know anything about this. They're going to eat you alive. There's lawyers and bankers and these people who all have these motives and know what they're doing, and all you want to do is get a house. You don't know what you're doing. And what happens if there's something wrong with that house? You don't know much about houses. What happens if you get there and the whole thing falls apart? I mean, my thoughts were so negative and so critical, and they sounded so logical. That's the thing. The critical mind can sound so freaking logical. And I was ready to turn that car around and go home and tell the boys, I'm sorry, we can't. We got to stay here. But see, the option to stay there wasn't a good one. So I sat there and I thought that. And I thought, well, who else is going to do this if I don't? I'm now in charge of my kids. I'm in charge of this family. And then I started to talk to that critical mind. And I said, and what am I showing my boys if I back down from this challenge? What am I showing my kids? And yeah, I know that they are really good at their lawyer stuff and their banking stuff, and I know nothing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go in there and I will listen, and if I'm not sure of what I'm doing, darn it, I'll get my own lawyer in there. I was not going to allow myself to back down. So as I started to calm down, then I thought, okay, I've got to act on this. I've got to get past this. So I said, all right, I'm going to drive. I am going to park the car and get out. Easy. I drove very slowly, and I parked the car in front of the title company. And then I got out, locked the door. I got out so fast. I hopped out of that car. And then I took a deep breath and I thought, okay, I can do this. But see, sometimes these critical thoughts, that's when I learned. Well, let me tell you, first of all, the feeling was phenomenal. The feeling was phenomenal. I have to say I was still nervous walking in, but I still felt in my heart, I got this. I can handle this. Because I conquered the thoughts. And we call that, what I went through, we call it a terror barrier in the self-development world. It's when you're really stepping outside your box, and man, those critical thoughts, they're supposedly to protect you. They just crash down on you, and it's learning how to navigate through them to get out of that comfort zone that's not so comfortable. And that was one of my biggest lessons. Once I learned how to do that, I don't have terror barrier anymore. I'll get the critical thoughts, but I can get them before the terror really starts. And I can say, wait a minute, I know that this isn't exactly real. Sounds good, but it's not really real. Now, we have a question right here about how I can turn my fears into a positive. And I have to say to whoever wrote this, it is funny because I was doing a balance and wellness retreat, and I remember one woman, we did a meditation, and I asked her, and she said, I said, well, how did that meditation go? She goes, I'm just trying to think positive thoughts. And I thought, oh my dear, that is so hard. That is so hard to put that. We are so hard on ourselves to say, I have to think positive thoughts. Well, that in itself isn't positive. That's a demand. And so it's going to be hard to do. So relax. Relax. For a person who has a lot of fears, and I don't know what your fears are, okay? If they're tremendous, tremendous fears, then you need to talk to someone. But if they are just fears that are keeping you from stepping outside into a better life, you know, just staying in that comfort zone that's not comfortable, then let's try some things. First of all, you have to feed yourself. You have to feed yourself. You have to start reading books or getting on YouTube and actually listening to some really cool videos like Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor, Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, Alena Chapman, all these people who are positive, giving you tools to conquer that fear. All right? And also to feed your soul. If you only knew the powerful, beautiful soul that you are inside. And it really is, when you start tapping into that and starting to understand that you are so much bigger by listening to these different people on YouTube or getting books like, well, As a Man Thinketh, The Prison Effect, Think and Grow Rich, Laws of the Universe, Working with the Law, Raymond Hollowell. All these Troward, anything of Troward, or Neville. Neville has beautiful books out there. He's got a number of them. All these books help to feed you and show you that inside of you, that beautiful soul that is not the critical mind, is wanting to create. And it has the intuition, it has the wisdom, it has the love. It doesn't ever sound like a nagging voice. It is never loud, but it is always there. And you'll start tuning into that with your meditations, with walks in the woods or walks in the park. Okay? Also, so you're feeding your soul on that, and then you turn on stuff like some of the ads that tell you have every disease in the world, or shows that give you the fight or flight. Start to watch what you're listening to and what you're watching. What kind of music are you listening to? You know, I used to listen to really sad music, and I didn't even realize it. What I wanted was the beautiful harmonious chords that the sad music has, but the words were so depressing I had to stop because it dragged me down. I would listen to it and I'd feel my spirit just go down. Well, that's not what you need. So start looking at the music you're listening to, the programming you're listening to, the life you're leading. Is it reinforcing the fears, or is it reinforcing the goodness that's inside of you? And when you have a negative thought, don't freak out. You know, don't freak out because you're changing a habit. So just pretend you have a button in front of you and just press that button and say, do over, I want to do that thought over. And I'm serious. And you can giggle and you can feel silly, but then you get to do it over. So I can't do that. I can't step out of my bounds. I can't be that person. Wait, do over. And you bop that button in front of you and you say, okay, I don't want to think that way. Why can't I do that? Why can't I just try? I'm going to just put those negative thoughts away right now. And I'm just going to try. I'm going to step forward and I'm going to give this my best. See how it works? You've got to be patient with yourself, not punish yourself, and feed yourself. And slowly, and maybe not so slowly, you'll start to see those thoughts change. All right? I hope this has helped you. And if you want to learn more about Alena Chapman or whatever, you can always go to Alena, which is ALENA, alena360.com. That has everything. I love this 360 thing. alena360.com. I mean, I have my videos there. I have my YouTube stuff. I have my website. I have my Facebook. I have Savvy Sisterhood. Everything you would ever want to know. And you can contact me. So if you want to further this, if any of those questions that I answered you need more information on, contact me. I'm very accessible. And if you are just enjoying the show and you want to send in a question, then text me. Kayla, what do we text?
46862.
Wait, 46862. All right, 46862. I love doing these shows. And also, you can just send a text and tell me you love the show. I love those too. All right, I know that I'm doing what I need to do. This is 30-Minute Moments, and I am your host, Alena Chapman. I hope this show gave you the tools so that you can have more betterment and ease in your life, always. Love you all. Namaste. And for all of you out there, I'm strangling myself with that. Hey, I love you all, and I'm so glad you're on, and I hope you got something out of this. And if you find people who are having trouble conquering the fear, can't choose between what they want to do, or they're trying to recuperate from a divorce, those were all the questions we answered in 30 minutes. It's amazing. But if you could send this out to people, because just listening to that might make them think, that's going to help. You might change somebody's day. You might all of a sudden have a father who's despondent to their kids because he's trying to heal. All of a sudden say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try these things and I'm going to try and better myself. And it would be because you shared this. Okay? That's big. That's big. Hi, Sarah, honey. Hi, Sandra. Love you all. Satu, I love your name. I hope I can pronounce that. Kimberly, my dear, I want to talk to you soon. And Carla, thank you so much. And you're a sweetie, too. And Doris, I love you, honey. I hope to see you on Saturday. All right, guys, take care. Namaste to you. And hopefully this stuff helped you, too. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fabulous day. Play some music, beat out all this gloom and doom of the rain, okay? Bye-bye. Love you.